to meet the players.
Smash.
From China, Kuai Man. From China, Yingsha-Kuai.
The stadium filling star, Yingsha-Kuai, enters the Infinity Arena as calm as you like. She is the coldest table tennis player in the world, and she's eyeing up a chance to win her 19th WTT senior title already. So far ahead of the pack, but she's not done yet. What a player, what a star, and what a matchup we have here in our second women's singles quarter-final as she takes on Kuai Man in this 7-game epic. Xia leading the head-to-head between these two players, 4-1 overall. We'll get more into that in just a second, but it's a lefty against a righty. It's the best right-hander against the best left-hander in the world. It doesn't get any better than this. Congratulations to our umpires on their selection. As always, Chen Shuixia
Players, please.
is here. She's been doing a great job all week. Mentioned Sun has won 18 WTT titles. If she wins here this week, to achieve the three-peat here in Chongqing,
Players, please.
it would mark her 30th overall senior title. She's the back-to-back world champion, so she comes to the table when she's ready.
Come here, please. Blue and red, which do you prefer? Blue and Sun is red. You win the toss. Serve, Bichen.
Yingsha wins the toss and shall serve, and Kuai Man happy with that end that she's already stood up. So, we're about to get down to business in just a second, but we're going to have a 2-minute knock-up now between these two stars. Fraser Riley with you in the booth. Thank you to all of you for your company across the last 4 days. Today marks the day of all of the quarterfinals. Tomorrow, the semis and the grand finales will be getting underway. There's still so much to look forward to, and in terms of depth and quality, a number of matches, we're in for something very, very special today. You see it, the 18 WTT titles that she's accumulated. She's won more than a handful of champions titles, and she is the defending champion here in Chongqing, Yingsha. She's gone through unscathed, hasn't dropped a single game. She defeated Zhu Chengyi, a player who has caused problems for her before in the Singapore Smash, and her great friend from Puerto Rico, Adriana Diaz. That was a highly entertaining match yesterday against the Pan American star. Here's Kuai Man, the reigning world champion alongside Wang Wenyu in women's doubles, last year's World Cup finalist. She defeated the 2015 European champion Elizabeth Samara, and then the Brazilian #1, really informed player in Bruna Takahashi. She's just dropped the 1 game, so they've both been like knives through butter. Expect this one to be the toughest test yet for both of these women as we see what they're playing on with and for. Total prize pool of $800,000 US. 6 champions events this season. This is the second of 6, and each time, if you win it, you get 1,000 ranking points. This is the second most exclusive tier of WTT events after the finals, but look at that. 99 WTT wins, 1 away from joining the 100 club. Can you imagine if she beats Yingsha, the world #1, to do it? 87% of you think that isn't going to happen. The last time these two met was at the Asian Cup here in China this season in Haikou. 4-2 win for Sun Yingsha. The last time they met at a WTT event was in the finals. Sun Yingsha was injured and Kuai Man managed to beat her 4-2. So, here we go. The stage is set. We're ready to rumble. Let's get this show on the road. Sun Yingsha against Kuai Man.
Yingsha versus Kuai Man. First game, Yingsha to serve. Love ball.
Second women's singles quarter-final here in Chongqing. It's the world number 1 to get us underway. Oh, around the net from Sun Yingsha in the first point. Kuai Man returned it.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Talk about setting a benchmark. First time these two met was in the Singapore Smash back in 2022, and that was a straight games win for Xia. They played each other in the final of the Singapore Smash last year. Kuai Man defeating the likes of Wang Manyu and Zhu Yuling in her breakthrough event.
1-2.
The only time on paper Kuai Man has beaten Sun is when the world number 1 had that injury at the season-ending finals at the end of last year.
3-1.
Good start here from the world champion. She's been the world number 1 for nearly 200 weeks. And consecutive weeks as well, I should add. Sun Yingsha had a little bit of turbulence.
Keep quiet, please. No flash, please.
With Wang Manyu defeating her in the final of the China Smash and also beating her in the final of the China National Games.
1-5.
But the world number 2, Wang Manyu, was beaten in shocking fashion by Satsuki Odo on day number 1. Blew a hole in the bottom half of this women's singles draw. But let's focus right now on the top half. Oh, look at her.
1-6.
So calm, collected, composed, and that's frightening. The fact she isn't even needing to bring out her big guns to win points. All seeing, all knowing, with her third eye. She couldn't return that beautiful backhand there of Kuai Man, who delightfully plays it on the diagonal with the backhand. You can hear this raucous crowd. Thousands upon thousands of Xia fans here in the Infinity Arena. She is a mega star.
7-2.
Over 20 million followers. The brands are all over her. It's not just how much she dominates, but it's how she goes about her business.
3-7.
Kuai Man also a young head. Should I say an old head on young shoulders. Quite an impassive personality. Incredible acceleration from Kuai Man.
4-7.
Playing the lines really well to put Xia under pressure. That was into the crossover. Down both lines there. Cracking combination.
No flash, please.
Oh my word.
8-4.
She could have been drinking a cup of green tea. Poetry in motion. Look how she contacted the ball. Came round it. With an iconic silhouette. These fans are going absolutely ape. Come on, blocking, that's a risky game, but it was the angle, it was the way she stepped across the ball. I love that shot where she swivels, pivots, and then she fades the ball wide. And it's such soft contact, that actually takes the opponent by surprise, because they're expecting a drive, knowing the power Xia has. Trying to defend there, the world number one, but Kuai Man
9.
closes the curtains. She makes you so worried
5-10.
about when you invest in the speed game, because she uses that pace to find an area that you're not ready to recover to.
Let
Which case in point there.
5-10.
We see that from the very, very best players in the world. That ability to trap, bait and resist.
10-6.
It's only really Kuai Man that can get Xia into positions where she's basically stood still in a way that sort of highlights the fact that she's trying to guess where the ball's going to go. Kuai Man is very subtle.
11-6.
But she wasn't subtle
Game
enough
to
there, because
Yingsha.
Xia very quickly took the reins and assumed control. She's in charge of this one. She looked a little bit distracted, so we're going to have to see a little bit of crowd control in the Infinity Arena. Easier said than done when you have Sun Yingsha taken to the table. Chinese coaches, of course, not getting involved directly. It's a China-China clash, so they'll be watching on,
Time.
taking notes. The winner of this match is going to face Wang Yidi, the 6th seed, the former world number 2, who overcame Korea's Shin Yu-bin earlier on in the day with a nail-biting clash.
Second game, Kuai Man to serve. Love ball.
It's a really interesting match. Wang and Shin. Shin Yu-bin coming back from 3-0 down. But failing to win the 7th.
Love 1.
That's just outrageous.
Love.
She gets lower than a snake's belly and strikes like a viper as soon as Kuai plays a safe spin. Look at that from Xia. Just left shaking your head, wondering what Kuai Man could do.
Let 2 love.
It's the commitment. It's the decision-making and the decisiveness that stands her apart from everybody else. At the end of the day, you can have a great skill set, a diverse portfolio of shots. If you're not able to stay calm, if you're not willing to stare a potential defeat in the face, then you could tense up.
Love 4.
Sasha has the confidence to act upon her instincts, letting all the thousands of hours of training she's done do the talking.
1-4.
Kleinman has to back her skill set. We saw a long serve, that's good. Sasha trying to pull the handbrake. You won't see many attackers at this
No
level
flash,
pushing back a
please.
long serve unless they're surprised. Great push, good fortune from Sun Yingsha. Kuai playing a backhand from the forehand side and then
4-2.
managing to move from west to east to get another backhand in, while maintaining balance. That was very impressive from the 5th seed. Feels like we've lost
5-2.
more women's seeds than usual this week in Chongqing, with another loss of Wang Manyu, as I mentioned. The defeat yesterday of Tong Tong. And of course we lost Ju Yuling to Xin Yubin.
2-6.
Sun Yao overcoming Chen Qintong, the 3rd seed, and she'll take on Miwa Haramoto at 8 o'clock tonight. Chen Yi, last year's United States Smash finalists, will face Odo.
3-6.
Growing used to seeing China-China clashes and China-Japan clashes. Every single player at last year's finals on the women's side was from Asia.
6-4.
Be a lot more open, a lot more diverse on the men's side of things. Kuai reducing the deficit here. Making it a 2-point ball game, but now Sasha serves. Pendulum to forehand and she took the initiative.
6-5.
She was proactive and she played a blissful flick down the line. Nobody home. We're not going to see a timeout from Sasha here. Beautiful.
6-all.
She glides in with her swan-like shot. And she's come back to take 6 of the last 8 points.
6-all.
Now can she get her nose in front? She can.
7-6.
To infinity and beyond. It hit the top edge of Sasha's racket here. But it was nice to see another long serve combination and then her really taking the game to the world number 1. Look at Sun Yingsha on receive with the happy feet. Look at her footwork, the way that she kind of moves on receive when she's waiting for the serve to come.
All.
Excellent flattening,
7-8.
deadening the ball with that shot. Kuai Man recognising there was a little bit of light topspin on the serve, came right through the back of the ball, contacting it on the centre of her forehand shot. Ruffling the feathers of Sun Yingsha. You can see what she was trying to do.
9-7.
Trying to give Kuai Man a taste of her own medicine with a long serve combination. But Kuai Man, 2 in front and 2 away from levelling it. Patient. Prowess.
10-7.
From the 5th seed. 3 game points. And she takes it at the first time of asking. The crowd murmur here in the Infinity Arena as the fan favourite, world #1, Sun Yingsha, concedes after leading convincingly for the most part of that game. 11-7 for Kuai Man.
Time.
Ended up being quite an obscure situation in the season-ending finals because not only did Sun Yingsha pull out with injury, but so did Wang Chuqin. And he was about to take on Truls Mollegard in an Olympic rematch.
Third game, Sun Yingsha to serve. Love ball.
She's back fighting fit, the world #1. But she's just dropped her first game of her campaign against Kuai Man. Kuai Man tried the chop block.
1-love.
Silky spin from Sun. As Kuai Man just prodded the bee's nest. She just poked the bear. Or can she build upon the confidence of taking a game there against Sun Yingsha? Time will tell. Oh, perfect handcuffing service. Half long, wide. Sun felt like she could wait, let the ball drop to brush, but it ended up being too much of a potentially back-breaking situation. She pulled out. Tried to take that one early.
1-3.
But Kuai Man, ready and waiting, pounces with the backhand. She's looking irresistible at the moment. And if you're just joining us, by the way, she was 6-2 down in that last game. She's won 13 of the last 16 points. When do you ever see Shasha on the receiving end of that kind of treatment?
4-2.
It's an awkward one, really, isn't it? Because even though Kuai Man technically beat her at the finals, and Sun Yingsha finished the match, she was injured, so you kind of got to take that with a pinch of salt, haven't you? Wang Manyu ended up defeating Kuai Man in the women's singles final. Kuai Man, who guarantees at least a 2-point cushion here, had a fantastic year last year, although she only won a major title in women's doubles with Wang Manyu. some major finals.
3-5.
So Yingsha finds the wiggle room, sneaks past it down the line there. Not the ideal receive, but the perfect cashback. Just to elaborate on what I said, Kuai Man making the final of the Singapore Smash, the World Cup and the finals last year.
4-5.
Now Shasha trying to make a comeback of her own. Beautiful forehand flick there, the little shimmy before she made contact with the ball. Left Kuai Man guessing that. Oh, you could hear Sun Yingsha. I'm not going to tell you what that means, but you can kind of guess. She was disgusted with, well, she was either disgusted with her shot or she was in admiration of Kuai Man's touch.
6-4.
It was a fantastic receive from Kuai. She transfers her weight with such fluidity, doesn't she, Kuai Man? There's a seamlessness to her style. And she's giving Sun Yingsha some puzzling play. It looked like Sun Yingsha was coming back. She was within a point of levelling, but Kuai Man with a hat-trick of points here. Look at that. Threading forehand down the line. Oh.
5-8.
Edge of the table.
8-6.
Those two were going to go ding-dong all day, weren't they? Had to be a bit of fortune to finish it. That was completely unreturnable for Kuai. That's two in a row from Sun Yingsha.
8-7.
That's three in a row. Grandma wanting to take her time.
No flash, please.
Oh.
7-9.
Astonishing play under pressure. I wondered for a second whether we were going to see a timeout. She keeps her lead, and that's huge at this juncture of the game. Again, so cheeky.
8-9.
Inside the table, just as dangerous as she is outside the table when the ball's long. Just has every single area of the table
8-9.
locked down. You just feel like Kuai Man's going to have to absorb that first attack and play a parallel throughout this match.
9-all.
She tried to be aggressive there, Kuai Man, but I just feel like she didn't need to be that aggressive. So smooth.
10-9.
That pivot, that was a much more relaxed shot. She played more secure. Game point. Went for the deja vu. She tried to play it against the momentum of Xia, who played the backhand flick from the forehand side. Kuai Man just losing a little bit of posture on a couple of forehands. Opening the shoulders maybe a little bit too much there. Xia saves it. 10-all. And it's a game point. This is where the experience of the world champion comes in. Being able to play the occasion and feel what Kuai Man's fancying. Sometimes she makes it look like a lucky escape, but she can gauge the percentages under pressure. She knows when not to try to blast it. She knows when just to keep it on. Oh!
11-all.
Yingsha is moving a bit more gingerly than what she was in the opening game. Doesn't feel like we've seen as many pivots from her. She's staying a bit more stubborn on that backhand side, trying to probe. Does she feel like this one could go the distance? Is she carrying a little bit of an injury? 11-all. Kuai Man saves game point. Playing down the line, Xia just
11-12.
protecting herself for time, coming in with a more open racket face. Really clever shot to kind of stall Kuai Man. And Kuai there reaching out in front of her. Didn't quite come into that ball enough. Xia breaking the rhythm. Oh! Incredible.
12-all.
Playing the X's and the H's on the table. Love these shots from Kuai Man. Especially when she plays it down the short side of the table. She's got to try and find a way to stretch Xia off that wide backhand. Closest game yet so far.
12-13.
An outright service point. It comes as a little bit of a surprise. Look at the contact, that was no spin. Or barely any spin anyway.
No flash, please.
Yingsha. If you get a clear look at the logo, that's how you know. Closest game we've seen this week in Chongqing was yesterday. Hugo Calderano against Tomislav Butza. Game number 4, 1917. Nice. Yeah.
13-14.
She pushes into an area where she knows Kuai Man's option is to play that forehand loop. Kuai Man turned and burned. These sequences, these combinations. So simple, timelessly effective. What a serve.
14-all.
What a serve. So subtle. No, she didn't. She didn't just play that. The shot of the match so far from Kuai Man. That knee-scraping side swipe. Off the angle. And she secures the game.
16-14.
Icy cold from Kuai. Her bait play, her angles, her risk-taking. Look at the precision, it was pinpoint. Look how she hooks around it. I think she is Sun Yingsha's biggest concern in this Olympic cycle. Maybe even more than Wang Mengyu. Frighteningly complete for her age, Kuai Man. She takes a 2-1 lead. Well, it looks like Sun Yingsha has requested, or Kuai Man, forgive me, has requested a little bit of TLC. After some more tape. Just to put around that knee. Maybe a little issue with the patella.
Kuai Man, please.
Naturally a well-built girl, Kuai Man, plenty of power.
Fourth game, Kuai Man to serve. Love ball.
And it's on that left leg. Which is the leg that you normally start your weight transfer from. And normally the foot that you stamp. Okay.
One love.
She's moving well. This isn't cause for concern. It's nothing uncommon to see players with a bit of strappage.
Love two.
Neither player has used a timeout yet here. Just wondering whether Sun Yingsha is going to have to use hers in a minute or two.
1-2.
Psychologically, this is huge. This is the moment that I think could make it or break it for Kuai Man. And I'm saying that quite early because it's a best of 7, but we know how Sun Yingsha assumes control once it gets closer towards the end of the match. Only time Kuai Man has taken more than 2 games in a match against Sun Yingsha was when Sun Yingsha was injured at the finals last year. Last meeting finished 4-2 to Sun Yingsha at the Asian Cup. And that wasn't long ago. Great forehand flick there from the world number 1.
Let 3-2.
But she's finding it hard to play consecutive forehands against Kuai Man. Kuai's not giving her much time. She's anticipating while playing the lines. Threw in a chop block there.
2-4.
The world number 5. She's dropped 2 places in the world rankings. Kuai.
3-4.
Was beaten by Hina Hayata at the recent smash in Singapore. It's actually been a pretty turbulent season for Kuai Man so far. She was also beaten by a Japanese player at the Star Contender Doha.
No flash, please.
Hitomi Sato, the defensive dynamo, overcame her in the round of 16.
3-4.
At the season opening champions Doha, she lost to Chongqing in the semis.
4-all.
This is the match that could make her a centurion in terms of WTT wins. And it could be the match
No flash, please.
that helps the floodgates open for Kuai Man in 2026.
4-all.
I think if she wins this one, she might win the entire event.
5-4.
Wouldn't put it past her. Just so confident. These pockets of play when Xia within a point. And she shows flair, she shows some outside the box thinking. Looks to be improved. Speechless.
4-7.
Sun Yingsha. It's the diagonal angle that Kuai Man has locked down. An uncharacteristic error from Sun Yingsha. She makes a mistake with the forehand flick. It looked a little bit half-hearted, in all honesty. Definite frustration here creeping in. Not one to lob her racket, Xia, but sometimes you see a little bit of wild shot making. Whoa! Kuai Man with the skyscrapers.
8-5.
The short-statured Xia having to wait for the ball to drop before she contacts it. That was a more difficult to drop shot and smash than you think. It's all just a blur.
5-9.
We're going to have to see some better body language here from Sun Yingsha. Forehand serve from the forehand side, something different,
6-9.
something intelligent. She's going to try and save time here. She might try to play a few more backhands than what we're normally used to seeing her play. And that forehand serve from the middle of the table, or forehand side there, is a mark of that. Yeah. She's basically trying to make it harder for Kuai Man to nail the diagonal. Look at that, abbreviated short. Out the crossover section, then the mini backhand. Yeah, it's a good choice there from Sun Yingsha to change up that serve.
9-7.
And now we see the Kuai Man timeout.
Time up, Kuai Man.
2 serves to come. This is completely understandable. A matter of trying to relax and a matter of trying to get that knee tape properly strapped on. Let's see what happens right after this. The 100th anniversary of the World Championships. It's coming home to London, the capital of England. Scan that QR code. Come and join us. Tickets still available. Your favourite players, your favourite countries battling it out in an almighty event with a never-before-seen format.
Please.
China defending champions on both the men and women's side. China defeated Japan in the women's team final 3-2. France were beaten by the China men in Busan, Korea 2 years ago. Listen to the crowd.
9-7.
Do I even have to tell you to? They're getting behind the world number one. She's in trouble. You just can't tell when Kuai Man is going to play that bullet of a serve to backhand. We call it the bottle challenge serve. The side spin keeps it within the parameter of the table. It's just incredible how well she's played. The often unparalleled parallel shots. The attitude adjustment from Kuai Man. Mrs. Fahrenheit establishes a 3-1 lead against the defending champion Sun Yingsha. And the crowd stir even more here in the Infinity Arena.
Magic. And I won't stop. Yeah. Yeah.
So confirmation of the draw. The winner will take on Wang Yidi, who overcame Shin Yubin 4-3 in a nail-biter earlier on today. Wang Yidi, a 3-time champions champion. So,
please.
She's been called back to the table. The referee's there over by Kuai Man. So, you might be wondering what the issue is. It's the knee tape. Now, she's not hobbling, she's not moving badly. I think it's just an issue of it not staying on that might be bothering Kuai Man.
5th game, Sun Yingsha to serve. Love ball.
She can't keep going beyond the 1 minute allowed to do so, and that's why the umpire is giving her the hurry up.
Love ball.
Okay, so I have officially been told Kuai Man is not injured. So, moving on from that now. Back to the match. Sun Yingsha in a must-win situation here.
Love
18-time WTT Series event champion. You sometimes wonder, you've basically done it all, what the motivation could be.
Love 3.
And one thing that you can safely say is that there is more to gain here for Kuai Man. We often talk about pressure. We always say, oh, there's more pressure on the favourite to prove why they're the favourite, to justify their clout, but Kuai Man here is going to have to stare this dragon in the face.
4-1.
She's entered the lair, locked and loaded, but now it's about closure, finishing her off. Sun Yingsha has tucked in her shirt, which you normally never see. And she's going to roll up her sleeves and really dig her teeth into this task now. Great start. Excellent.
1-6.
The subtle deception, she's like a boxer, the way she jabs in and out. When you go in for a punch, you're leaving certain areas exposed, so she's making it quick. Making it compact. Oh, but Kuai, man.
6-2.
Lightning with the stroke making. Unbelievable speed, that angle there. Good luck trying to put yourself in the player's shoes. Excellent change of placement from Kuai, man. I talked about how she's going to have to just absorb a couple of Xiaoxiao attacks and redirect out to that backhand. Playing it into the forehand first seems counterintuitive, but that is mostly the way for Kuai. No, she didn't. We are seeing matrix movement here. We are seeing so much style and panache. How did she return the seatbelt shot of Sun Yingsha? This one. Oh, this is different. This is different level. This is better than anything we've seen so far.
5-6.
Sun Yingsha trying to keep her strokes so compact, more compact than normal, because Kuai is just testing her recovery so well. Timeouts from the back-to-back world champion. Sun Yingsha ahead of the pack, world #1. The all-time leader of WTT, closing in on her 20th event win and a 30th overall event win. Look at that. 2, 3, and 4 all out. Kuai Man, the 5th seed here. The only player not on screen that still remains here is Satsuki Odo, who will take on Chen Yi later on today. Wang Manyu beaten by Odo. Zhu Yuling beaten by Xin Yubin. Tong Tong defeated by She Sun Yao.
5-6.
Yidi, the 3-time champions champion, waiting for the winner of this one.
Continue
So
playing.
we're going to have at least one Chinese woman guaranteed to be in the final tomorrow. But who will it be?
7-5.
Sun Yingsha has used her timeout. She wins the first point coming out of it. It was a meditative timeout from the world #1. It's not just the shots of Kuai Man that are
7-6.
top draw, but it's the connection between them, that transition. And it's harder, generally speaking, to go from a forehand into a backhand than it is the other way around. But she is so good at doing it.
6-8.
We haven't seen that near as many times as what we saw in the first game. The forehand fade of Xia. Yeah.
7-8.
This pendulum serve. It just drifts. It's so hot to handle. The long serve. She's got her so many times with it. It's nearly a 100% success rate, that long serve, in recent history. Corner to corner, line to line. Eight all. Half long serve. It just stopped, didn't it? It just stopped right before Kuai Man was wanting to make contact. And it's 2 game points to the utter ecstasy of this crowd. Into the crossover, Kuai had to take it on a little bit too late. But it was an arrow to the hip. Look at that, nothing between them. Kuai serving for survival in game 5.
9-10.
How do you stop it on a consistent basis? Maybe you can't. This bulletproof youngster. Half long. She went for it. You can't fault her for trying, but the secure, soft spin of Xia seals the deal in game number 5. Fasten your seatbelts for the 6th game, coming up in just over a minute here in the Infinity Arena. She's tucked the shirt into the shorts for this special occasion. The defending champion still in a must-win situation, but she's clawed back a game here against Kuai Man. Let's see what happens next. This is where the experience of Yingsha comes in, playing the occasion, drawing it out,
Kuai Man to serve.
taking as much time as she can. Because let's be honest, it's Kuai Man's match to lose. She needs a good start. The 5th seed. With 1 foot on the finish line. 3/4 the way there.
Love
and she's got a good start. Just 2% between them in terms of serve success. Fanning backhand. Yingsha, unflappable. The bunny hop.
No flash, please.
She's having to shuffle the deck. Find something. Sun Yingsha. Excellent receive. Half long. Sun Yingsha trying to change it up now. Test the forehand recovery of Kuai Man. Went for the lawnmower.
4-1.
The scyther. Backhand push from the forehand side. I'm just looking at her for a second there. That was an uncharacteristic error from Xia, but she can't handle this forehand down the line. The serving's been excellent from Kuai Man, mixing it up between short, half long, middle, wide, quick down the line. And again. And again. She's been the better player. It's been outstanding from Kuai Man. It's uncontainable. It's untouchable. Xia can't handle it. She greased that ball, Xia. And Kuai just played it like it was nothing. Like she saw it coming yesterday. And it looks like Kuai Man is on the brink of something truly brilliant. It looks like she's about to defeat a fully fit Sun Yingsha for the first time in her career. Backhand serve from Sun, but it's 9 match points for Kuai Man.
1-10.
Is she about to beat the back-to-back world champion? Sun Yingsha doesn't look in the right mood for an exhibition. But I think she knows she's been outclassed today by this youngster.
Let 10-2.
Kuai Man has defeated the defending champion. She's beaten the world #1, Sun Yingsha is out. And it's Kuai Man, the protege, who has blown Sun Yingsha out of the water there in game number 6. She was 1-0, 6-2 down, came back with serious momentum to take the lead, extended it to 3-1. Sun Yingsha looking to come back. She did so in game 5, but Kuai Man picking apart the defending champion, defeats her with sublime down the line play and more. She beats